So we're doing International Rumba today. How many of you have done International Rumba? A little bit here and there. Okay, awesome, perfect. Well, let's start with just some basic weight changes. So if everyone wants to stand, we can stand split weight, with our feet apart. And we'll talk about a little bit of things that make International Rumba unique. So, one of our things is that we really like our straight legs in Rumba. So, we don't want to bend when we step. So when I change weight from side to side, we want to make sure that our legs are going to straighten whenever we step on them, whenever we're stepping on them. Perfect. Now, what we also want to do is when we're counting Rumba, it's going to go 2, 3, 4, hold 1. So if we just demonstrate that just with the weight change for now, we're going to go 2, 3, 4, hold 1, and then continue. 2, 3, 4, hold 1. Good. Any questions yet? Perfect. All right. What we're going to do is, to make this feel more natural, because right now we're just swaying side to side, we want to add a little bit of hip action. And we're going to make it nice and simple. When we transfer our weight to a side, we're going to step on the beat, and then on the and count, so in this case 2, and I'm just going to relax my hip for now and let it settle. And there's more, we could talk about that in the future, but simply it's going to be 2 and 3 and 4, hold 1, and then and. So that's one thing that often gets people messed up. We're not going to go 4, 1. We're going to go 4, hold 1, hip action on and. Okay? So let's keep doing that. I want you all to stand on this side to transfer your weight over. Sorry, don't move. We're just transferring our weight on our right leg. And we're going to go left. We're going to go 2, hip action, and. Transfer to the right, 3, hip action, and. Transfer to left, 4, hold 1, and. Make sense? Okay. And then if we could grab some music real fast, and we'll just try that with some music. Alright, we'll start with the right hand side. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, ready, go. 2, that was very good. Right now we're just changing our weight from side to side, but what you'll find when we're doing rumba is just going to be a matter of taking steps forward, backwards, side to side, transferring our weight. And that same pattern is going to follow throughout the whole dance. Step, hip, 2, and 3, and 4, hold 1, and. All right, do you guys have any questions about that you want me to talk about before we move on?
The hold 1,
yes.
Is it considered like 5? Or is it the timing different?
So the music's going to repeat in 4 beats. So you could, if you didn't count in 4s, you could count 8s. But counting in 4s, it's more like the music goes 1, then we step 2, and 3, and 4, and then the next beat starts. So we're really holding the first beat instead of the last beat. Does that make sense? So we're going to hold the 1s and step 2, 3, 4. And I personally, whenever I do International Rumba, I don't ever take steps on the 1. So I reserve 1 for moving our bodies or other things like that. Does that answer your question? Okay, wonderful. Now, how about we learn some steps? Okay.
We're like, nope, that's it. Class is done. Just learned how to switch weight.
Okay, so we're just going to start with a basic action, and we'll all do it together for now. The leaders and the followers have the same foot pattern, just starting on different sides. So, facing this way, we're going to start with our left foot free, so our weight is on our right foot, and we're going to be stepping forward, replace back to your right foot, and then step side to your left. That left foot is going to be our count 4, which means this is where we hold. Okay? Let's do that again. Let's just switch our weight back to our right foot. We're going to go forward on the left, back onto the right, and then side to the left. Very good. One more time. Now I'm going to count it, and if you feel comfortable with the hip action, I will also be counting the ands, indicating when we should do our hip action. We're going to go 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and. Okay? That's the first half of the basic. And the second half, we're already on our left foot. The right foot is free, and we're going to be stepping backwards, and then replacing our weight forwards, and stepping to the right side, which sets us up to repeat that as many times as we need. So, let's dance it from the first half. Left foot free. We go forward. 2. Place the weight. 3. Side. 4. Hold. 1. We go backwards on the right. 2. Replace the weight to the left. 3. To the side to the right. 4. Hold. 1. Let's keep doing this. You can follow Kyla. I'm going to turn to face you guys so I can watch. So we're going to go 2 and 3 and 4, hold 1. Nice. 2 and 3 and 4, hold 1. 2 and 3 and 4, hold 1. 2 and 3 and 4, hold 1. Very good. So this is our basic action, and we can repeat this as many times as we want, and you'll be just fine. So if you don't know any of the steps, that would be enough to dance an international rumba. Not too complicated. It's going to be similar to a cha-cha basic, if you've ever done cha-cha, just without the chassés. So if we are on the follower side, the only difference is that we're going to start with our weight on the left, going back on the right. And we go backwards to the right. 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and. Yeah, and you can repeat from there. Okay. Do we feel confident to try that with a partner?
Yeah, we're getting some
All
nods.
right.
Okay.
So everyone, grab a partner. Let's see. We have some ladies over here with a partner.
Sure, do you want to dance with me? Yes. I'll be your lead.
Okay. Kyle, can I actually have you move to the back so people can watch from that side as well?
Let's go back here.
Alright. And I'll have all the leaders face me, and all the followers will face Kyle's direction that way. Yeah. Perfect. We're going to dance this. We're going to take a basic frame. So, gentlemen, I want you to lift your left hand up, and you're going to turn your hand sideways. Perfect. And the lady's hand, you'll just set it inside his like this, and then everyone just close your fingers. Nice. Gentleman's right hand is going to go around and be placed on the lady's shoulder blade. And ladies, you can just place your left hand right on top, right here on his deltoid muscle, his shoulder muscle there. Perfect. All right. Now, leaders, I want you to transfer your weight to the right foot. Followers should have their right foot free. And we're going to go nice and slow. We're going to go 2, 3, 4, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 1. Again, 2 and 3 and 4, hold 1, and 2 and 3 and 4, hold 1, and 2 and 3 and 4, How'd it go? No one step on each other's feet?
Good.
Toes all intact? All right, perfect. Should we try that a little bit faster to counts, and then we can try it to music, yeah? Maybe not straight to music yet. Okay, everyone take position again. Wonderful. And we're gonna go. 2, 3, ready, go. 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1. Now, let's learn a new step. This step is, we're going to call it New Yorkers or crossover breaks, and it's a little variation just on our basic. So, if we're dancing our basic like this, we basically have a checking or a break action and a side step. A break and a side step. So a break action is simply put just a change of direction with your feet. So we're going to follow that same pattern in a crossover break or a New Yorker, but instead we're going to be turning. So we'll show you how to get into it. But what happens is after we've taken a side step, we can turn 90 degrees and then do our break and replace and then turn 90 degrees back again to take our side step. So we'll do the leader side first. And if you guys want to follow me, so gentlemen, we're going to start with half of a basic. We're going to be going left foot forward, 2, replace 3, side, 4, 1. Right here, what we're going to do to indicate to the lady that we're going to be leading this is we're going to bring our left hand down. Let me show you. We're going to take our left hand, we're going to bring it down and just let it rotate. You can see how we open it and let it rotate down to this position here. Okay? That'll happen like this. 2, 3, right here, 4, 1. This lets her know that something's going to happen. Okay? Now, after that, we're going to finish off that basic. So we've transferred the hand down. We're going to go 2, 3, 4. And this is where we can rotate. So, instead of breaking forward like I normally would, I'm going to turn to my right 90 degrees. Yeah, we should all be facing the way we came in. At least most of us came in. All right, and we're going to step forward and replace our weight back. And now, because our partner is on our left side here, we want to turn back to face them. And then step side. Okay? We're good there? Now those rotations, anytime we turn, we're going to do that on the and when our hip action would be happening. Okay? So let's do it again from the start of that basic here. We're going to go 2, 3, 4, change the hand 1, back 2, 3, 4, hold 1. Right here, we're going to release this right side. We turn and go forward, replace, back to our partners. Now, you saw that we didn't talk about that free arm yet. When we're opening out to our right side here, we've come from this position. We're going to release this, and we can just keep that arm out to the side. Yeah, present it out to the side. We don't want this. We don't want this. No chicken wings, right? Extend that out to the side there. And then when we come back to our partner, we'll grab it in this 2-hand hold position here, which prepares us to do it on the next side. Okay? Leaders, let's do that one more time. We're going to go from the beginning of that basic. We're going to go 2, 3, change to the left hand, 4, back half, 2, 3, 4. Release the right side and turn. 2, 3, 2-hand hold position here. Now, if we were to continue, you're just going to keep going on the opposite side, releasing the left side, turning to your left. Break, step, side, and you can do another one. Break, step, side, and we'll pause right there for now. Yes? Okay. Followers. It's going to be the natural opposite. So you've probably already figured out what you're doing, but let's go over it to make sure we know. So if we're doing the follower side now, we start off with our half of basic. Go. 2, 3, 4. The leader's going to bring your hand down here, and so don't hold on to his hand. If he tries to change it, let him change it. Just let him have your hand, let him change it, because if you grab on to his hand, he's going to have to peel you off. So let him bring your hand down, and then you're just going to continue the next half of the basic. 2, 3, 4. You'll feel from this hand that he's going to be turning. So you're going to release your left side, turn to the left 90 degrees, forward break, 2, 3, step side here, 4. And you'll come back to this 2-hand hold position. Let's do that again. From the basic here, we're on our left side. We go. Back. 2, 3, side, 4. The hand changes. Forward, 2, 3, 4. We turn to the left, opening out. 2, 3, place the weight, 4. We can keep going by releasing the right side and turn to the right. 2, 3, 4. And one more time. 2, 3, 4. And we'll pause there. So, we're going to be doing opening out on 3 sides in this particular pattern, although you could change that depending on what the leader does, which is why we just follow what the leader indicates to you. So, if everyone wants to find a partner, we'll practice this slowly and make sure everything goes over smoothly. Switching? That would be awesome. If you want to switch, if you're okay switching, let's switch partners. All right. Okay. I will start. First time, we'll have the leaders facing this way, and I'll dance your part, and then we'll turn around and do it with the followers, and I'll do their part as well. So, leaders, lead well. Your ladies go in blind. So, we're going to start. Left foot is free for the leaders, right foot free for the ladies. And we go forward. 2, 3, 4. We drop the left hand. Let's pause there and make sure everyone's got in the right hand hold position. Walk out of camera real fast. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Good. Awesome. Everyone made it safely. From here, we're going to continue the basic, going back to the right foot for leaders. 2, 3, 4. Now, we got to release our right side for the leaders, left side for the followers, turning towards the entrance. We step forward, 2, replace our weight, 3, step side, 4. And we should come back to a 2-hand hold position. So your left and the right hand should be both holding in this sandwich position. Looks like we are all good. Now, from there, because that was our one side step, we need to do another break. So we're going to immediately open out to the left and go forward, replace, turn back side, and one more, open out to the right, forward, replace, side. Very good. Now if I can have everyone turn around with your partners. So I want the followers facing me, leaders facing the back wall. Very good. We will dance it again with counts. Starting with our basic, we go. 2, 3, 4, and hand change. 2, 3, 4. We're going to release, turning towards the wall. 2, 3, 4. 2-hand hold position, opening to the entrance. 2, 3, 4. One more time. 2, 3, 4. All right. So the question is, if you guys didn't hear, is when we're starting out, how do we make sure we can get our partner with ourselves onto the right foot? And all we do is when we take frame, I want to be very clear when I change my weight. So it's part of the job as the follower to move with the follower. So if we just took frame, middle of our feet here, what I would do is instead of just sticking my leg out, that makes it a little unclear. what I would do is I would stick the other leg out and then transfer my weight. And that way we know we're ready. And I would do that well before I start to the music. Yeah? So don't go 2. Yeah? You want to give them a chance to move. So you're going to move a little slowly just to make sure we get onto the right foot. Does that answer your question?
Perfect.
Okay, wonderful. So we all take position. Gather the weight on the right foot. Two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll flip around. We're going to do it again. Yeah, so flip around so the followers can see me now. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Very good. So, we call it, slow rumba, but when we start dancing it often doesn't feel very slow. So it's going to happen maybe a little faster than you'd expect. So really use those 4 ones. Give yourself a chance to breathe. Yeah, that's a chance to go catch up. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe. 2, 3, 4.
One thing that I also find really helpful too, because as you guys may have just experienced, like it does not feel slow. Like, oh, we're calling this slow rumba, and you turn on the music and it's like, this is a lot faster than I expected. If we focus on not taking so big of a step, that also makes your life a lot easier. Because if you're taking really big steps here, that's going to take up a lot more time, thus putting you behind the music. So smaller steps are better than bigger steps.
Yeah, so that goes for pretty much all the Latin dances specifically, is small steps are good. Yeah, we don't need to go anywhere. There's nowhere to be. We need to make sure that we're nice and in control, because when we go like this, it gets very wild. Yeah, and chances are, if we dance like that, it's not going to look very good either. We take really big steps, it kind of just gets wobbly, we kind of shake between us. It is not so good, yeah? Nice and small is okay. It'll also leave you more room, as, depending on your level, to do more hip action. The wider my stance, the less my hips can do. The smaller my stance, the more my hips can move, which will be nice long term. Yeah?
So err on the side of it being smaller. It might even feel like it's too small, but sometimes that's better than erring on the side of it being too big.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Now, we need to get out of this step. And the easiest way is going to be do an underarm turn. So, if we're dancing it like this, what we typically do is we typically do it after 1 crossword break or 3. Because I want to lift this side. This underarm turn is going to be led by the gentleman by lifting this side on this side step. So, if we just show you it, starting from our first crossword break, so you can get an idea of what we're going to do. We go 2, 3, 4. Second one, 3, 4. Third one, 2, 3, 4. Right here, I'm going to lift this hand up so she knows that we're going to exit. Anytime, as leader, you lift your hand up, it's an indication that the lady is going to go underneath. So followers, if you lift the arm up, it's just like your door. It's like you open the door and said, welcome, and so you go through. Yeah, that goes for across the board, most dances. If you lift that arm up, go underneath it. Find a way. Yeah. Now, we're going to start with the follower side on this. So, followers, you'll be going to your right when you exit. So we're going to be on our right foot when he lifts this right hand up. Okay? What you're going to do is, you're still going to keep going almost like you were doing your New Yorker. You're going to step forward at that 90 degrees, but because you went under the arm, you're going to keep turning. Now, this is probably one of the trickier parts of this step. What we're going to do is I just leave my feet right where they are. Yeah, I'm not going to move them. I'm just going to step 2. I'm going to turn all the way around. Yes? And then I can replace my weight forward. 3. And step side 4. And we'll return back to our first position we started in. Yes? Let's do that again. We just got done with our last crossover break or New Yorker. He lifts this right hand up. We're going to walk underneath. 2. Leave our feet where they are. Turn all the way around. Replace our weight. 3. Side 4. Very good. Now, one thing to note is this left hand, we don't want it to get stuck anytime you do an underarm turn. So you always have to remember to release it, and I take it in if I'm going to go through a small space. So when you see Kyla, when I lift this arm up, she doesn't, we'll be here actually, but she doesn't take this arm out. She doesn't leave it anywhere. She's going to take me out.
Unless you don't like your partner, and then maybe you karate chop. I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
And then say it's an accident. All right, so she's going to take the arm in before it goes back out. And we'll come right back to position. And Kyla showed off really nicely that when you stick that arm out after you've passed through the under the arm, if you just leave it there, it'll nicely come back to right on top of his arm. Okay?
That's one thing that's nice too, is if you keep that arm up, you really don't have to do anything extra. It just lands right there. Versus if you brought it down, you do have to bring it up again to get into dance position. Versus if you leave it up, it just goes right into position.
More than likely, if you leave it down, he'll try and worm his way in there anyways. And we don't want that. That would not be good. Okay, now, leaders, we have a slightly different pattern, right? When I lift this arm up, if I go through this space as well, she's going to have nowhere to go. So we don't do that. I want to make sure she has as much room as possible. So I'm going to break backwards and then replace my weight forwards and just step side and meet her here. Now, you may have noticed that my left hand, I don't crank her around. One of our coaches will always say, if you crank her, she's going to get cranky. Yeah? So, we lift it up and we let her walk underneath. We don't turn her like that. Yeah? So, you'll see it again here. When I lift this arm up, I don't go like this. She doesn't like that. I lift it up. I'm going to go backwards, replace my weight, and then just catch her at the end. Okay? So, leaders, let's do that one more time together. We just finished the last crossover break or New Yorker. We lifted this hand up, tell her to go underneath. We go back, replace the weight forward, and come back to the side step. Okay?
And leaders, for you, make sure when you raise that hand, you let this hand go. Because if you're holding on to her, then she's going to be like, I can't turn. So you've got to make sure you release this hand, and then when she gets back in the dance position, you can just return to position.
Okay? All right. Let's try it together. We'll start with the leaders facing me. Let's start. We're gonna start with doing one crossover break before, so we can get the entrance into it. So I actually want to start. I'm going to start in this 2-hand hold position. Okay, gentlemen, I want you to start with your weight on your left foot. Ladies on your right. We're going to step side and then open out to the right. 2, 3, 4. This is where we lift the hand up, and we go. 2, 3, 4. How'd it go?
Nice. Good job, guys.
Looks like everyone made it. Okay, shall we do that one more time with the leaders watching? And then we'll switch. So we go. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift the hand. 2, 3, 4. All right, now if we turn around, everyone switch sides, followers facing me. Leaders should be on their left foot, followers on their right. Very good. We're going to transfer weight to the side. 4, 1, opening out. 2, 3, 4, lift the hand. 2, 3, 4. Okay, very good. Let's do it again. All right, transferring our weight towards the exit. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaders lift the hand. 2, 3, 4.
You lift the hand on 1 or on 2?
You're going to lift it definitely not on 2. If you lift it on 2, you'll be too late. She's supposed to be stepping on 2. So when you step 4, that's when you start lifting. So 4, 1. Yeah, it should be up even before that. Yeah, because what happens is, if you remember, show them. I mentioned that when our hip action happens on and, right? But so do our rotations. I go and 2. So if I'm here and I go 4, 1, and I lift this up and, she's already started to turn there. She should have already turned by then.
Yep.
So I want to go 4, and then just start lifting it. Yeah, so 4, it should be up by 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Perfect. Okay. We should probably try that a little bit faster, and then we can try and see if we can do it all the way through to music. So we're going to do it from the half basic out to the crossover breaks with the underarm turn at the end.
And remember, there's 3 crossover breaks, right, before the turn?
Yep, 3 crossover breaks, 4 New Yorkers, and then the underarm turn.
Yes.
Okay? Whichever way you guys prefer to face, we will do. I'll match whoever wants to be, whoever's the most. Makes sense. Okay, we're going to do it from the beginning. Gentlemen, weight is on your right foot, ladies on your left. Starting with our half of the basic. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Last one. 2, 3, 4. Arm up, underneath. 2, 3, 4. Did it go okay? Did it go okay?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, let's do it again, just so we can get enough practice in. In a ready position, we go. And 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Very nice. Now if we can try that with some music, it's going to be a little bit faster than that. We're slowly ramping up.
Nadie como tú, no quiero equivocarme, pero no digo dónde encontramos nadie como tú, que crezca con la risa. Entienda la caricia, como entiendes tú. Nadie como tú.
Very nice.
Nice. Good job, guys.
En amanecer y quiera mañana.
And the nice thing is, we don't all have to go at the same time, right? If you get messed up, or if you want to do a step, it's okay to go at your own tempo, right? If you ever mess up when you're dancing with someone, it's okay to stop and reset.
It's actually better that way, because there's nothing worse than if both people aren't on the same page, and so the leader's thinking of one thing and the follower's not sure what's happening. It's so much better to just stop and reset than to just try and continue fumbling through. It will be a much better experience for both people if it's okay to say, okay, all right, now let's do this again.
Yeah, so better than trying to fumble through it. That way we don't step on each other's feet. It'll be a lot better for everyone. Okay, I had a step in mind, but we might change courses and do a different step. Let's think of another variation basically on this break and side pattern, okay? What we can do is, just so we can get nice, simple, small changes, right? We have our basic, which is our action we're using as our baseline. If we want to do crossover breaks, we add turns in there. But this can be a lot of turn. You know, a quarter turn doesn't sound like a lot, but it can be a lot of turn, especially when you do the underarm turn at the end, is a full turn all the way around over 2 steps. So what we can do is, if we just want to do a little bit of turn, you know, you don't want to do anything too complicated, you don't want to think too much about it, we can do a shoulder to shoulder. So what we're going to do in the shoulder to shoulder is we're going to change the pattern just by turning a little bit during our basic. So if we show you the step here, we'll start on the side, we'll go 4, 1, we can turn, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And we can do this as many times as we want. You can end this with the underarm turn if you want, 2, 3, 4, or you can just transition. If you're clear, you can transition back to the basic. Okay, so leaders, you're facing this way with me. What we're going to do is instead of stepping in line with our partner's feet, meaning I step towards the foot that she's moving, I'm just going to step to the outside of her. So in this case, I'm going to turn to the right about 1/8 and step forward that direction. 2. Yep, and then I replace my weight 3, side 4, 1. And then from here, instead of going backwards, we're going to go forwards again, stepping outside the other side. 2, 3, 4. Now, you can see where this step gets its name from. We're turning into each other, shoulder to shoulder. Now, despite the name, I probably wouldn't try and touch shoulder to shoulder. It's
Not recommended.
Yeah, we don't want our frame to completely collapse like this. That's going to be very uncomfortable. So, you know, leave some space between you. We don't need to get all the way shoulder to shoulder and break our arms, yeah? Just turn a little bit, just enough to step outside of your partner. Yes? So, we'll do that together. I think we'll be okay if we do that a little bit faster. So gently start on your right foot. We're going to start stepping outside, going forward 2, 3, side 4, outside the other side, 2, 3, 4, again, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, where we can go back to the basic if we want.
And ladies, you're just going to be stepping back when he's stepping forward. So it's going to go 2, 3, 4, and then go backwards again, 2, 3, 4, and then repeat.
An interesting thing about the step is it's a perfect step to kind of show off a lead and follow, an idea that lead and follow. And that's that I'm going to lead with my body, not with my arms. Okay? I don't lead her like this. You see, I don't push my hand towards her like this. All I'm going to do is have a nice stable frame, and I'm going to turn my body. And if I turn my body as a follower, you just want to match him. He's going to turn his body, you turn yours. It's a nice little diagonal step for you, and it's nothing too complicated. As long as you're following, it'll go nicely. It's a little awkward if he steps outside and you step straight backwards. Yeah, this position is not ideal and I can't reach her from there. So we want to turn together. 2, 3, 4.
Well, and ladies, that's your indication of what step is coming next. So if he rotates his body, you know, okay, we have the shoulder to shoulder happening next, and I need to step back more on the diagonal instead of, oh, we're just doing a regular basic.
Okay, feel okay with that step? Perfect. So, want to review a couple things before we dance it with some music. So, we talked about the beginning. We like to have straight legs when we step. This is kind of an important one. It can be definitely going into more depth in the future, but even if I show you in a basic, coming back to that, I don't step on a bent knee there when I step forward. I'm going to straighten my leg, then step. I straighten my leg, then step. I straighten my leg, then step. It was kind of hard to see when we were just transferring our weight side to side. But essentially, I just want to straighten my legs before I step on them. Yeah? We're not going to go bend, then straight, which might be a little abnormal compared to what often people are used to doing. So, nice straight legs there. Our hips settle on the end. Yes? So, in between every beat, except for on the 4-1. We're going to hold 1, go end. So it goes 2 and 3 and 4, hold 1 and. And that can be a long time sometimes. It might feel really slow, might feel like you have no time, depends on how well you're keeping up with the music. And then, of course, we learned our steps here today. Do you want to try that all together with some music? Okay?
How many basics are we going to do at the beginning?
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start, and I want the leaders to lead whatever step they want to do. We have 3 steps. Basic, crossover breaks or New Yorkers with the underarm turn at the end, and then the shoulder to shoulder. So, leaders, do them in whichever order you want to do, and we'll be watching to see if anyone needs help. And we're just going to put the music on, and I want you to keep doing them in a pattern. You can do them in the same pattern, basic, crossover breaks, shoulder to shoulder, over and over again if you want, or you can mix it up.
And we'll call you in to the music. Yeah?
Okay.
Nadie como tú.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
¿Cómo la entiendes tú? Nadie como tú, con quien amanecer y queda mañanas más que ayer.
Nice! Good job, guys.
Very good.
That was awesome.
It looked awesome, yeah? If there was anything that felt difficult or hard, just know it's okay. It just takes a little bit of practice to getting it up to that speed, right? Sometimes, the music doesn't wait for you, which is unfortunate. If I'm counting, I can go 2, wait, 3, 4, hold 1, but when you turn on the music, it doesn't wait for you. And so sometimes we get a little behind, and that's okay, yeah? Go ahead and just reset if you need to. Keep trying. Does anyone have any questions about International Rumba?
Donde encontrarnos luz.